Shalom. Halal Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honor to their
The American Meteor Society says the fireball could be seen from 8 states Monday night. This peculiar Missouri man's doorbell camera captured the fireball soaring through the night sky.
And all of a sudden we saw a meteor in the sky. And normally out here, they only last about 2 seconds and then they're gone. Well, this one kept going across the sky. At about 8 or 9 seconds, it was still going, and then all of a sudden, we saw a burst.
Tracy Bamer says she saw it happen around 8:40 Monday night.
At first, I thought it was a plane that was going really fast, and all of a sudden, it was going really, really fast. And I thought, wow, this is a meteor. We've had people out here at the house before because where we live, it's dark, and so you can see them very well at night. But when it kept going, we knew it was something different other than just a regular shooting star.
The American Meteor Society says more than 500 people reported seeing the fireball. It says the velocity of the object was pretty low and a fragmentation could be seen, which means that despite the shallow angle, the meteoroid actually went through the Earth atmosphere. Fox 2's Art Van Furniture cameras caught it on video too. This one had our Powers Insurance Bureau, and this one from Eckert's.
There was a really, I don't know if it was a blood moon, there was a really red moon, and so it was just really neat that all that happened in one night.
Good evening. The hunt is on for whatever is left of a meteor that lit up the sky and triggered emergency calls with a massive explosion and flash of light. The meteor was travelling at an estimated 50,000 kilometres an hour, unleashing a sonic boom that rattled homes and buildings around York.
Hey, they seeing what they're seeing. When you read in the scriptures, they're seeing chariots, man, entering into the atmosphere, man. 50,000 kilometers per hour. You know, that's something like maybe 30,000 miles an hour. That's what they're seeing, you know. They're seeing chariots, man. Chariots are entering the atmosphere more and more. These are the signs of the Lord's return. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. Uproars, commotions. Right? This is what they're seeing of the chariots, man. It said right here in Exodus 13. I may go there. When you look down around the when they had left Egypt, and it says, verse 20, they took the journey from Sukkot and encamped in Etham, and in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud and led them away, and by night a pillar of fire. And that's what you're seeing. Those pillars of fire traveling through the air, man, to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night, you know, from before the people. And that's a beautiful thing that he's never took them away. He still shows us signs, right? When we see that, when the elect men see the signs, this is an assurance, man, that, you know, the Lord is on his way. When you start seeing more and more sightings, because when the Lord comes back with the chariots, he's going to come back with his holy angels, man. They're going to be all over the sky, man, gathering the elect. And this is one of the signs we look for, you know. And when that time comes, that time of sedition among men, or maybe martial law, if you have to hit the wilderness, you know, brothers need to keep, if you're in a wilderness spot, the Lord is still going to do you like he did the children of Israel in the desert, man. He'll lead you at night. You see chariots moving through the sky. You'll probably see a chariot going a certain way. That's probably going to be your way for you to walk, man, for the way for you to go. So if in that wilderness time come, Lord willing, you don't have spiritual powers and you're in that wilderness, that's probably going to be your guide, man. Just keep looking up. You'll see the chariot fire probably going through the sky, and you'll know where to go at nighttime, you know. So yeah, these are when you read in Ezekiel, the first chapter, these are chariots that the people are seeing that was spoken of in Ezekiel, man. Ezekiel, the first chapter, he was by the rivers of Kabar, You know, Ezekiel got the son of Buzi got this vision, and the hand of the Lord was up on him. It was heavy. And he says in verse 4, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolded himself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof was as a color of amber out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst there came a likeness of four creatures, and there was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had four faces, and every one had four wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of calf's foot. They sparkle like the color of burnished brass. So they sparkle like the color of burnished brass, meaning they were brown, right? They were shiny, man. Their face, they had that wisdom, that knowledge and that wisdom, because wisdom maketh the man face to shine. They said their face was sparkling. So they was full of that wisdom from the throne, man. It says, and they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides, and they had their four faces and their wings, and their wings were joined one to another, and they turned not when they went everyone straight forward. So the angels don't do these looping circles like you see airplanes. They just go straight forward, man. It says, and the likeness of their faces had the faces of a man, and of the face of a lion, and on the right side they had the face of an ox, and on the left side also the face of an eagle, which stood for that knowledge, that wisdom, that courage, the strength, you know, and the strength, man. Fierceness and strength, you know. Yeah, because a lion brings courage, ox is strength, you know, and ox is strength. And that man, that wisdom, that fierceness, you know, eagles are fierce too. So that's what they're standing for, stood for. Thus their faces and their wings were stretched upward. Two wings on every one were joined one to another, and they covered their bodies. And that's how when they go through the atmosphere, those wings make a shell. And that's how the angels go through the atmosphere, man. It seems like some X-Men stuff, don't it, huh? But this is real life scriptures, man. This is how they go when you see those X-Men movies, those different Marvel movies. They go into the scriptures, man. They read the scriptures and they bring it to life on the screen, man. This is happening, man. This is real. You know, it says, and the whole thing is you have to believe, man. This is what the scriptures, man. Believe it, man. Because a lot of people don't believe this. So if you don't believe, you're already dead. You're already condemned and dead. That's what it's about, man. Believe, man. Faith and belief, man. And they went everyone forward, whither the Spirit was to go. And they went, and they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like the burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures. So they said it went up and down among the living creatures, which are here on the inhabitants of the planet. So the chariots basically come back and forth, man. You know, they come back and forth giving reports, man. And these people, like the man on the TV said, oh, they're in a big hunt for that rock, that meteor rock that's landed somewhere. So they're gonna, Esau probably come up. They'll probably put some gasoline or some kind of chemical on a big ass rock in the desert, and they'll burn it. And when the smoke starts smoking, they'll start filming like they really found the damn meteor that fell. And that's Esau, man. That's how they roll, man. They'll put some make-believe, makeshift shit like they didn't found that rock, which these are angels, man. And it says, it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire was forth lightning, man. So when you see lightning, those are the angels in and out the atmosphere. When you see these engulfing flames of fire, those are angels in and out the atmosphere. Verse 14, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning, man. So when you see these heavy thunderstorms, when you see lightning, you're seeing the angels, man, doing their work. It says now, verse 15, as I beheld the living creature, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with its four faces, and the appearance of the wheels and the work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Right? So that wheel inside the wheel. Verse 18, and as for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them. And when the living creatures went, the wheel went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. So these all intertwined, man. The angels are the chariots, man. You know, when they lift up, they become like moving vehicles, man. When they land, they probably look like what they look like, what it's described, the four heads with the hands. But when they take off, they become like this like a super souped up rocket, man. Hey, man, this is in the scriptures, man. This is the vision Ezekiel saw, man. Verse 20. It says, whitherso the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, and the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels, man. I'll go on down to basically 27. And I saw the color of amber as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about it, as the appearance of the bow that is in the clouds in the day of rain, which that represents the Lord will never flood the earth with rain anymore. So was the appearance of brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord, Yahweh. And when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard the voice of one that spake, man. So these are the appearance of the Lord too, the flames of fire, man. You know, this is the glory, his glory. These angels, when you see them, man. So you see these flames of fire, man, going through the atmosphere, streaking like that, man. You know, all you can say is call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Because this is his glory, you know.
Out of the darkness, this. From Mindarie in our north, south to Canning Vale, across to the Perth Hills and further west. Dash cams and security cameras captured the meteor turn night into day for just a few seconds. Driving instructor Richard Bailiff was giving a lesson in mundaring.
Meteorite or something.
When he and his student saw the fireball shoot through the sky.
That was so cool. But yeah, it just went behind this sort of thing, thundercloud, and just went bang and just blew up like a firework. It was just amazing, just surreal, and just the intensity, the blue and the colours you saw from it.
It was first seen over Ellenbrook at around 7:30 last night, but in the wheatbelt town of York, it was heard and felt.
And about 3 or 4 minutes later, it was a big bang. You could feel the windows shake.
Oh, everybody heard it.
From her farm just outside town, Robin Garrett's security cameras caught the meteor heading in the direction of Northam.
The light was up for quite a long time, and then the boom was, shook the house. It was crazy.
And in town,
Probably just sort of over there, I just saw the falling bright white light.
I heard some, but I just thought it was the young fellas doing a bit of shooting up in the paddock, that's all. Yeah, it's pretty regular occurrence, him letting go with a cannon up there, so...
some locals were so frightened they called 000.
Yeah, the reason you would have heard the big bang was actually a sonic boom as it was going through the atmosphere, so it was breaking the sound barrier.
Experts say its speed also made the fireball spectacular, travelling at around 50,000 kilometres an hour.
So these are really fast travelling rocks, but our atmosphere, it's effectively kind of breaking it. So, that's why you get the fire and the flames and the burning and that energy transfer.
It looks to be, because of the bluish colour, a bit of iron, bit of copper, magnesium as well.
And it's an old piece of rock made 4.5 billion years ago during the Big Bang.
It's left over from the creation of the solar system, so you could call it a bit of space junk.
A bit of junk that's likely to be a precious memory for many who were lucky enough to see it.
See, that's those lies. Talking about us from the Big Bang, man. That's Esau and his lack of knowledge, man. You know, he said it's from the Big Bang, and then they're gonna have people looking for rocks, man. So that's madness, man. Those are the chariots of the Heavenly Father, man. If you watching this video for the first time, hey, don't believe in that Big Bang theory, because that what they just saw is right here in Ezekiel, the first chapter, man. These are the chariots, the angels, and entering into the atmosphere. These are signs that to come, because the angels and Yahushua are gonna be back, right? And they're gonna be back for these people. It's really their destruction coming. You know, it's their destruction coming, and that's what it is, man. Esau don't know, man. The scriptures tell you the truth, man. Those are the angels entering into the atmosphere, man. In Ezekiel, the first chapter. In Exodus 13 chapter, the same fire that led the children of Israel by night. You know, call halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai for that glory that he shows us in those signs, man. With that, all praise be to the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Kodash. Hope I said that right. Kodash. Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of GMS who rule well. The peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. It's GMS Stop and Listen, man. I hope this lesson was edifying. To the next one, I say Shalom.